Salute, this is Jeff.
This is David.
We're playing Darksider. No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Sorry. Got used to that intro. We're playing Darksiders 2.
we're not.
And last time we went back to Earth, as you'll recall. So in this episode, we're going through No Man's Wharf on our way to the Demon Realm. There's a few important items that Death can pick up here, which I'll be showing off shortly. I've switched over to a Necromancer set, which has more of the cape, sort of flowy robe style, as you'll notice here.
Gives you more wrath as well.
Yes, also more wrath. It's very useful.
But since this is DLC, you do not have your crazy high stats, as it turns out.
Yes, don't have crazy high stats, no. Indeed not. Also, the Demon Realm has a slightly different art style. A little darker, a little more gothic, a little bit less...
More minimalist.
Less Warcrafty and more like FromSofty kind of.
FromSoft. I'd say
if I were to compare this to something, I'd say it's very close to Dark Souls 2.
It's very close. You know what? In fact, it might even be Dark Souls 2.
Actually,
I think we might be playing that.
I think we're what? Yep. All right. I see now that this is the Flexile Sentry video. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
The reason I know is because the file name at the top of VLC. Okay, we figured it out.
Right.
All right.
Also
Fantastic.
that you planned it and recorded it and edited it and put it online so that I can talk over it and feel like I've added something.
Gavlan.
Gavlan is a great NPC.
It's very important that you speak to him so that he'll appear in the other locations, because he will give you eventually, he will be giving you infinite amounts of poison artifacts, be they arrows or knives.
Which are crazy useful.
Yes, they are in fact crazy useful. Even for SL1, where you do not have the ability to use a bow proper, you can still poison things to death quite well.
Okay, I don't think I knew about this.
I see. This is great because inside this treasure chest here is something that's invaluable for SL1, which is the plain version of the Royal Soldier's Ring, which will increase our equipment load.
What?
Am I blowing your mind?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't realize there were walls like this that you had to blow up.
Yes, indeed. Indeed there are. Also in here is an Estus Flask shard. If you're using an Estus Flask, then, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Another thing that I'm going to guess you did not know about, in this little hut here is another illusory wall.
I think I knew about this one.
Okay. This one is useful because it has a large Titanite shard.
Yes,
There's also black fire bombs, but those are less useful.
Yeah.
The large Titanite shard is very useful for our purposes because... especially at the early part of the game, finding those is still quite rare. So, we got plenty by going through the mines earlier, but and also since this is a branch off of the Dragon Rider area, you can come here basically at any time. That was just a little shortcut I opened up.
Right.
A quick little fade so we can show the route to the boss.
Just in case you die, getting to
yes.
or at.
Or during, or whatever happens. Okay.
Honestly, this boss hasn't killed me yet, but getting to this boss has killed me.
I have died... Actually, I just... the second attempt on this boss here. I died once. Unfortunately, his 2-hit mace combo kills you outright if it hits you.
That's great.
At this point, with this particular setup, that is to say, SL1. So
now, as a side note, there is a Pharos Lockstone place you can put to activate a torch that makes all these guys cry out anyway.
Yes, indeed. It lights up most of the area. Don't have to use the torch here. Although if you use the torch, they will also back away from you. Appears to be their gimmick. In that little shortcut room where we just passed by, if you are a human, you can summon Lucatiel to come in and help you if you're into that.
I am. Lucatiel's awesome.
She is quite awesome. So now we'll go into the boat proper and fight the Flexile Sentry, which is an awesome-looking boss. Is not that difficult, but it does have a few gimmicks, one of which doesn't really ever come up. You'd have to be very, very passive.
For it to come up?
Yes, literally for it to come up, because the whole ship is sinking.
Oh, really?
Yes. These guys follow me down here. I know I need to take care of this. Okay. So yeah, one of the gimmicks for the fight is that the entire hold here is filling up with water as you fight. So you'll become less and less mobile. If you take too long, you'll just be... I don't know if it actually drowns you, though. Because it goes so slow. Maybe something to figure out. At the very least, it will make it so that you cannot run around. You'll have the encumbered status, trying to trudge through water. Double mace lunge. He likes doing this at long range. This strategy, which I'm going to point out here for SL1, is a lot to do with staying on his mace side rather than his sword side.
Right.
If you're using a shield, sword side is better because you can block a little bit more reliably. Especially since the mace is, much like the mace we're using, does a lot of poise damage.
Yes.
Also, the little post in the middle of the room is great for healing or for making sure his jump attack doesn't get you. It's just a very useful little addition.
Ow.
Aha! Did not die with that attack this time.
Nice.
So yes, he has single-handed combos, and he also has the power-stanced two-handed combos, much like that. That's only 2 hits, though.
I will say, this is my favorite boss as far as just first impressions goes.
Yes, it is quite freaky.
It's like the arena, the lighting, plus the look of the boss is very good. When you see him later, it's less so.
Yeah. He's somewhat diminished. He's sort of pulls a Capra demon on you.
Yeah. Yes. Except not quite as evil. Though Capra got easy once you figured out how to, do it.
Do it. The sword and mace combo. This is one of the attacks that you can use where actually both sides get a hit in, which, that's kind of neat. Didn't ever notice that before. Also, he likes to jump kick you on the sword side. That's another thing. I just like to stick with the mace side. The mace does a lot of damage to you, but it's slower and easier to dodge to get your hits in.
Right.
Especially since it's a short 2-hit combo, like so. A dunk. And a dunk.
Boom.
Tunk.
How much damage are you doing per strike? Like 170 something?
It's probably something like that. I can't really tell here on the preview video.
Right. I was hoping you maybe remembered, but...
It's good damage. Magic mace here is... The upgraded magic mace is just real good.
It's real good.
It continues to be real good.
It's even good on a Hex character. Let's see.
He does have a few more attacks. He's just refusing. There it is.
There's
one.
Is. The crab and stab.
Good old grab and stab. Frightening and terrifying. If we warp into another world, which will be added later.
No, get footage of grab attack. Great.
Shush. That's not in the final video.
Okay.
Placeholder.
Oh my, that is so horrifying
look at that.
to watch.
Oh, and we're back.
Okay.
He is almost dead.
Yeah.
Blocking is still important.
Yeah. Or dodging, something.
Yeah, dodging obviously better, but it does not hurt to just have your block up. So if you get hit, it does not do nearly as much damage. But that's it. He's not terribly difficult.
No.
He's a very interesting design. And sort of terrifying looking.
Yes.
He's even more terrifying in New Game Plus, but that's just because of dumb ads. That's all.
Oh, there are ads in the arena?
Yeah. A unique enemy that only appears in the boss fight on New Game Plus and more, which are like lizard assassins. which drop a Shadow Dagger, which is a rare dagger that is on par with the regular dagger.
Nice. All right.
And our reward for that is the Pyromancy Flame.
Yay.
Also, the ship will take you to the Lost Bastille, the another entrance. We're not so concerned about that, but the Pyromancy Flame, although we are not going to be using it right away, we will be using it eventually. So it's important that we get that now.
Right.
Next time on Dark Souls, we will not go to Shadow's Edge, because that's Darksiders. It's the other thing that's DS and with a 2 at the end.
Right.
It's confusing.
I'm assuming next time we will be going to insert name here. Probably.
Yes. That thing that has the gimmick that you have to do in order to defeat it. Probably Midnight, actually. So Poison. Yeah.
Oh.
Poison was the cure. So, look, Rust in Peace by Megadeth. It's really good.
Right. Okay.
All of those songs on there are pretty good.
I figured it was Megadeth, but I wasn't 100% certain.
Ahem. If you like hot nonsense like this, please give us money by donating to our Patreon.
To be more specific, Patreon is essentially a tipping service where you can give us so much money per month. It could be $1 and we will love you. It could be $5, $10, $20 and we will still love you. You'll get stuff in return to, in addition to our excessive gratitude, if it's 5 or more. And all those rewards are listed on the Patreon website.
Yep, you can just click on the link there. It's in the YouTube annotations.
But videos will always happen. They will
videos
always
to
be
happen.
free.
They'll be free. They'll be on YouTube
but
for anybody. But
doing
if
the
you
Patreon,
want to, yes, if completely voluntary. But we would greatly appreciate it, nonetheless.
And it also means that it's something that we could do more on a full-time basis, and it means that we could dedicate time to it, and Jeff could get a computer that can render an 8-minute episode in less than 2 days.
Exactly. These are all true facts. Dark Souls. Now that we're done recording, we can play video games now.
Yay!
I'm done playing video games, so I come home to play video games for the internet, so I can finally play video games for myself.
What have we done to our hobby? All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop.
Turned it into a career? I don't think that's that bad.
No, that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I mean,
all things considered.
That's what I do with everything else, so why not?